they could do it again 3 days in a row, just dominating.
Yeah, there was lots of off-spawn stuff on the north side. At the same time, Boney Burbs, when it's very central, also gets completely involved and contested. So if you are coming here for the first time, you know, in a bunch of games, if you have missed out a little bit and you're actually playing, staying away from that spot might be the best way. So that being said, Aura right now, he's looting up to lots of people have found their own spots. Corny Complex actually had like an uprising of roots or corn, I guess, that turned into builds, and that also had like 17 different stories of things going down. So there's lots of potential. And so far, I'm also looking at about, 62 players in the game. We're starting off hot right now.
Look at this Kaiser chasing straight down onto AVA, and yes, he's gonna knock him out instantly. A really quick fight for them, and they were doing very well. That's one of the teams that actually took out. No, they switched it up. They were landing somewhere else at the end of the last day, so I have to see that. I'm still missing a shotgun, so that is bad news for me, but thankfully, nobody's here for now.
Yeah, all I got is chonkers myself as I'm looking through. Picked up an AR. For Kaiser, though, yeah, on that first day, they were actually, they were stomping Lazy Lake. They were actually making sure it was all, nice, cool, and collected, and everything was just looking good so far. Now it looks like they're right back to that work. I'm not sure why they wanted to go to Weeping on day 2, but I respect it. Mini as well is here. With Fenix, you're going down to another Dish POY all the way towards the south side of Slurpy Swamp. Now this is kind of isolated, Bala, and from here you can really pick up like a lot of loot, a lot of momentum, and then just stay on the edge sides of zones.
Yeah, that you can. Still though, a lot of people in the area. For the amount of people in the lobby, that is ridiculous. There's two teams there. And obviously we've seen a couple teams fighting, but so far it's not necessarily super congested. I saw a team who was a little struggling down in the bottom, Mini and his teammate Huddy. I think maybe could be easy pickings down the line, but you never know.
Absolutely. Tommy and Bat Sniper as well. Bat Sniper feels like he's playing somewhat of a solo game sometimes. He's usually last alive every time we're watching the POV, so I want to see if Tommy can hang on for the day or why these guys are exactly struggling. There's a scary duo on your screen. Blaze and Quinton. I mean, by the end of the day, Bala, these guys were just like popping, right? Like they didn't care who was in front of them. They were just taking the entire game by storm. They were really punishing anyone making mistakes.
Yeah, especially in that last game. They just made it look like a complete public lobby, like you're queuing Fortnite with your boys at the end of a workday. That's what it felt like for them when they really started to get rolling. They destroyed a couple of plans as well for some of the teams that were going to try to do some quirky things up in the sky and whatnot, but also put the end to Trippern and his teammates' reign of terror that they were putting on as well in the lobby and just took it over themselves.
Yeah, one big thing too is chonker tires, right? Whenever you see two cars next to each other, one of the chonkers is usually the one you're picking out. Rotating is huge, and there's Tripper and Flecken who are rolling in. They were actually making both fights go straight up to the sky. It was a lot of fun to watch here, right? And literally needed almost every elimination. And you mentioned it too at that last game. It was Quinton that ended up taking him out. I think we saw Queasy in that game as well. Him and Trulex kind of went through and played, I guess, their contracted one game out of the 2 days. And that was fun to watch them very last minute.
Yeah, I don't know.
It was a good time overall.
I'm seeing something right now, Shao. I do not know how this chonker tire vehicle flipped over, but apparently the person who drove it does not have a license. I don't know if you have driver's licenses up in Canada, but...
I'm pretty sure we do. We also have the reading ability to see that you can actually flip cars.
I'm just wondering how this happened.
Oh, okay. No, respectful. Okay. I understand. I read it. One big thing too this season is cosmic chests. I mean, they're huge, and they spawn right next to POIs. Players actually get pinged as to where they are, and they kind of become like a central hub for maybe some forced fights. Getting there fast is very important. Flicking and Nos, we saw them pick up a few yesterday, but one of the biggest things in their inventory is peppers, something that not a lot of POIs can offer. It lets them rotate very fast. We already know these guys are always those, very quick and speedy rotators in general. Down to the south side as well, Clips and Tenzen are playing too, and they have those peppers. They actually have a few fish as well that'll give them fast advantages in fights.
And the fish too, rotatability, something that you want to pay attention to. Ooh, another fight. This one's big. Robab's next squeeze against Kaiser and Hellfire, and they are not letting him go. They've gotten in so many fights. I feel like I've never seen Robab's next squeeze not fighting, but this one already X squeezes down. Robabs is in the middle of him. He's taking out Kaiser too. What can happen? Another 1v1. Robabs has traded it, so HP advantage to Robabs. This is big time.
The launch pads too, so surviving here is crucial. Such an early fight, you can easily get a reboot off. Lazy Lake is completely empty, so whoever wins this does walk away with a duel partner. So much ammo on Robab's side as well. This just looks like a very, very good potential in loadout, so I'm waiting to see exactly how it breaks out. Hellfire now doesn't have the white HP to get to the same level of Robabs for the moment, but he will have the advantage of being the person that Robabs has to push. He finds a big shot on him. The angles he's finding, it's like I'm watching a man moving so fast, he has a mirror copy of himself. This is crazy.
You're moving a little too fast for me either way. Wall taken, no, he'll back off. And still trying to hold on. An edit possible, no, but Hellfire comes right back at it, so this is really a standout for the time being.
And we'll wait it out. Still, it's a very important fight because both these duels are very aggressive and can change the way things just work for everyone around the map. So I'm just waiting and seeing exactly how it plays out. Robabs, he has to back up a little bit. He's waiting to see if Hellfire makes the first move and gives him the advantage. This sometimes can set a trap for players. They might end up over peaking. That's exactly what Hellfire does. He gets shot straight back. Robabs hasn't taken a nick of damage yet at all. He's looking real good, and he has that power loadout too.
Don't forget, either of these guys can reboot their teammates at the end of this. I'm pretty sure both of them got their cards, so we'll see where that leads. Getting shots. Oh my God.
Flanked immediately. So, you know, when you're in a fight, high ground is very crucial. Robabs is also slightly low right now. And when you get fast pushes on yourself, you know, you gotta really end up, you know, sometimes taking the fall.
Oh no!
It's unfortunate. It's Vichu that's also taking elims across the map, and sometimes it does go that way. This fight though, some end fast, others they really push the maximum potential of both players. Hellfire and Robabs, they are not stopping for the moment. Still pushing forward. Robabs actually took a lot of damage so far in this fight. Hellfire himself has not really been rocked that much other than just a few earlier seconds, and now Robabs backing against the wall out of metal completely. Hellfire is tracking him in a very excellent way. Must switch his lair, and he does, and this gives a chance for Hellfire to get those minis back. Robabs though, he looks in trouble.
This might be one of the longest 1v1s I've seen, and given the fact that Zone is right now potentially going to start revealing the other side, they need to wrap it up, and Hellfire does. Another fight though, and this one's in zone. I don't know how many times I've seen an Austin flick in zone in this tournament. It is just ridiculous, but they always make it out some way, somehow.
Has to be a passive buff we don't know about because they also end up getting so much more accurate, and us though, getting a lot of damage. They do their classic trade-off where they both isolate a one-on-one fight. Usually though, when this happens, one of them does go down.
Up the stairs in the box, and right before he escapes, that's a really nice tag, 83. Wavy right now, no, he doesn't really have time to actually pop the shields either because his white health is so low, so he needs to go for the siphon. Flick with the advantage here, and Nas looks like he doesn't really have too much to worry about. On the other side, never mind, he has the med kit as well. That might give an opportunity. No, Flick gets knocked out as well, and the L dance is out and deserved.
And for Wavy, that elimination could not have come faster. If he actually ends up waiting even a second longer, he goes down. Needed the siphon to stay above an HP and probably has a medkit hidden somewhere back there, a safe inside that house. Meanwhile, this is what we love to see. The middle of the map active once again. I believe this is Corny Complex. Yes, just to the right of it. And there's 3 different duos fighting it out.
Strokey, Stompy, Nyrox. So many different players here. Stompy's gonna try to get a hold of this defense, but no, Strokey gets knocked back, so difficult situation for those two. Nyrox on the top wall as well, and I think he's gotten it. Yes, thankfully, Stompy's quick enough to get out of the box and continue the pressure, but they almost pounce on him. This is actually dangerous in between both of them now, but too slow on the uptake. Thankfully, though, they've kind of pushed it back and had the pace switched on them, so they have the advantage now, and Nyrox is gone.
Nyrox gone. Vastroki made the trade and took a lot of the HP damage for it. Poppy, though, he had to back up slightly while this is all going down, giving Vetley a little bit of space to breathe. That being said, Balor, he's looking for snipes on this fight as well. It could still go either which way if This duo makes a little bit of a mistake, but it does have that HP advantage. At the same time, metal walls, cones everywhere. Fastroki actually jumps up for a little bit of a bunny hop shot. It's not going to actually connect. Valiant will basically play whack-a-mole the entire time, making sure he stays a layer above Isula. Gophers down below, but he gets pulled down into the dirt and taken out. Nothing he can do there.
That looked exactly like what happened to me there, Shy. I was left alone in 1 versus 2, and they just ended up both in my box somehow. So I needed a teammate. Either way. Not far away from where we were, Flecken and Trippern against Phantom and INM. This one is a different fight than what INM and Phantom have been used to, given that they've been kind of dominating in Pleasant. I think they have it for free this time.
Still kind of patrolled around. And Phantom and INM, like, these guys are very good at fighting inside the POI. They have had some success at taking fights with different duos on rotation, but at the same time, it's also where they get tripped up. So Kaiser takes out Frey in the feed while this fight's still going down. Entire map active. And Phantom INM, they will wait for enemies to shoot first and to capitalize on those peaks, but INM is taking way too much damage.
He's knocked Phantom now in a 1 versus 2 and really no damage done on the other side. Flecken, though, does get a little bit done to him, so that might be the opportunity for Phantom to push or at least buy himself some time, but no. Again, another shot. This is really good so far from him, and he's got the cone on and still holding on against the backside where Trippern is trying to catch a wall, but he's going to get finished off eventually. It felt like as soon as he got the actual time that he needed to take a 1v1, he lost the ability to block the shots, maybe because he was trying to get shots off himself.
I resonate though with INM, right? Like, he tried to make a play for the duo. Yeah, he got knocked first, but you're always trying to make room and get active.
Yeah, well, he didn't fall off a high ground, so there's a difference.
I mean, you know, there's a big difference between falling off and getting shot out. There's a very big difference. Flawless and Pink, these guys were the leaders yesterday. Let's look at a little bit of their mid game because we didn't get to really see it. Usually by the 5th zone is where they kind of steal the show in the spotlight. Them against Naruto and Aiden, they'll be chilling at the dish, waiting to use a free launch pad. I think Bat Sniper and Tomi, they were here, I think on day 1, trying to just defend the pad as well. It was Flicken and Nos that ended up just bullying them out of their boxes.
I do remember that zone fight in the Slurpee finish. The one that finished over at the electric dam. Yes. Either way, Tenzin and Eclipse, they started at the south side of the map. They got all the way here, but surprised to not see them on the outskirts of the map rather than on the inside. I expected them to come up on the coast rather than straight through the roads. Phoenix and Mini, they also started all the way down in Slurpee, so a little bit far movement towards the center. I think that might be a key for a lot of different teams because they want to be involved in the action. This is a lot more players than we had yesterday. So you could see how much more difficult this is going to be. And if you're not positioning yourself well, then you might end up getting punished later on.
Fire controlling the north side of that zone. Always lethal when he has position, but Trooper and Flecken, they look as activated today as they were yesterday. So with momentum on their side, they might have a very good game here too. This might be a very different game depending on exactly where this 4th zone closes in. The difference in a weeping type of end game and, you know, anywhere near Boney, Holly, or somewhere near the gorge as well. So lots of teams who are investing deep into the trees might have to end up actually moving out completely, and it's hard to move out of Weeping. You never know exactly what angles you can get shot from. Meanwhile, though, Spy, his base is challenged all the way up towards Boney. Stompy once again with Fastroki, who are kind of being menaces to anyone in between, but there's so many duels around them. They still don't care. Just jumping around, taking hand cannon shots in midair.
They are W King on the dead side. This is something that a lot of teams, when they really want to push eliminations, they are doing. Trippern and Flecken, I think they're gonna, oh, nice shot from Stompy. That might put a stop to everything. But if you end up fighting on the outskirts, a lot of times when there's a lot of teams in towards the center, hold on, this just turned into a different situation for Stroke and Stompy. Okay. Oh no. That just turned drastically for the worse for Stompy. It looked like he had the better opportunity, same with Strokey, but he's gonna have to jump away. Tripper and Fleckin take advantage of that, and Fleckin gets him right out the sky too. Well done from them. That's 5 eliminations already, Shy. I think they might be able to break the record this game.
Definitely gonna go and try to push for it, but you gotta remember, as soon as half and half locks in, some of these duels who were sleeping the entire game end up waking up. They want to also have control. Right now, it feels like everyone's sleeping, biding their time, waiting and not keying for the moment. So it will be tough to stop Tripper and Flecken, especially if they kind of use Spy and Hydro like guide dogs, right? Making them push forward, take all the pressure, and then basically build off of them. Still, this snipe from Mini almost ends up hitting, and it looks like we're going to be staying right beside Weeping, have a river in the middle of the way.
There's a lot of congestion on the south side, more than I, again, would have expected. But it's going to be hard for them, even with the trees, to move through here and get a good position up towards the north. Their best situation would be hoping for a 5th zone that ends up on the south side of this. Other than that, they might have to take a wide rotation path. Oh, and almost a snipe for Mini again, but not quite hitting the mark today.
Was pretty free on Eclipse. Still lots of pressure because there's a fight
6 seconds.
in front. And
6 seconds on zone. They're going to go for this? This fight is so ill-advised. Maybe they have a launch pad to get away. Eclipse might give it to them. He's going to go out the backside and pop hits. He's got to do it. No, he's going to... Okay. All right. Yeah, so this is why I said this was ill-advised. Look at this. Fighting in zone. This is a 5-tick. And that 5-tick hurts a lot. As soon as it closes, it'll give you a 10-tick too. With everybody starting to spam in, I don't see a way that you can get out of this.
Those weapons don't have silencers either. I mean, they're not getting pressured right now, but a lot of people are hearing exactly where this is coming from. Hardfind, a bit too low to pad for the moment, so I'm not sure if he's actually going to send it or just follow this duo the whole way through. Meanwhile, there's a bit of normalness going on inside the zone, stuff you would expect. It's pressure box to box. Hardfind actually goes all the way towards the right, might survive this in the cover of trees. Indian Phoenix are the green arrows, almost trying to roll in. They'll be towards the right side of this PoE. No, basically right next to actually Ada Ninja Ruto. How did everyone survive?
Yeah, they made it. With high HP too, which is a little confusing. I think that they had that log cabin right in the middle of everything that broke line of sight for them. So no matter if they took that or not, as long as they stayed ahead of zone, they should have been fine. Zone did pull in that direction though, so hey, it all works out in the end. Sometimes it's just how the coin flips for you. Meanwhile, on the top side, that was where Flecken and Tripper were, so they have a long rotation to go, and they're actually choosing, I believe, to take a path around the outskirts of that west or east side of the map. Wow. And you know, I feel a little bit vindicated here because the team that took us out, Shio, is the team that's on high ground right now and looking very, very good. So you know what they say. If you lose to the person that wins, that also makes you better than the rest of the lobby, right? That's how it works. Transitive property.
Yes. It only works though if they're the first people. If you're the first people that get taken out by them, right?
Yes.
And after that, there's like this weird chain link. The magnesium in the process kind of gets, you know, interrupting the entire chemical flow and scale. But yeah, what you're talking about is definitely facts.
Oh, Naruto, unfortunate. Conan his box, he couldn't build out and scuff the edit on the right side as well. So Mini destroys him. Spy took out Tripper and Flecken. On the left side of your screen right now, they're gone. They are gone. A team that rose in the ranks yesterday towards the end of the day, all of a sudden is out and not really competing for this right now. I don't think I saw Pink and Flois make it over towards this end game either. X8 and Milan are back, which is surprising because I didn't see them yesterday towards the end of the day, but they had a good day one and also a beginning of day two.
One zone kind of went towards Hardfind's way and gave room for Mini and Phoenix to do a little bit more. Obstacle, man, he gets hit though. Him and Vaichu, I mean, looking at this loot that I'm watching out right now, I felt like it was just in my inventory a while ago.
Hardfind still has no mats. How is this possible? What a rotation. And 2. No, I was looking up in the top left to see if he fell to zone, but he calculated that perfect. And he has a med kit, so it doesn't even matter. Yeah, look at him on a sliver, popping the med kit. Wow.
The zone will lock. Looks like Milan has the complete opposite way to go. Bounces even further back to some of the aggressive duels who were still inside the lobby, and now we see everyone end up going to fly. Uzumaki, he's in the business. Steelix right beside him too. Oh man, it's a fight for height though. So many people up top, and Baichu, he actually ends up holding through.
Wow. They completely dominated that, but Spy is still looking for it. He's done a lot of damage, so he's going to build up for it. Hydro's teammate, Optical, is going to be able to hold on to that one with the 2 triggers that he has in his name. Milan falls all the way down. He's at 30 HP, and so does Vichu, and so does Optical. So they don't end up winning out. It's Milan and X8 with a pepper on height.
All they used were spices and a knife on builds to take out 2 different duos who were all the way up top near the sky. Now Milan and X8, although a big cost of HP to Milan with that first drop down, will end up controlling the rest of the lobby. Spy's not done yet. Once he puts his sight on height, he doesn't finish, and there is a launch pad play that comes through. Hydra's gonna be all the way up top, and now Milan's lost height. There's a new duo who has control.
Yep, it's Bad Sniper and Tommy. They went for a late launch pad, which I thought was ill-advised, but immediately they dive on a high ground, and they take out X8 on the way down as well. Spy was involved in that too, so he got himself a little bit of spoils. Hydro back with him, and they've got a chug cannon, so Milan, no mats, no builds, no health. He's gone. Tommy and Bad Sniper looking great position, even wiping down the HP of Hydro. Spy's still alive. I think he has a siphon available if he stays alive, but no. He falls right on the edge of zone 2. So a lot of low ground pressure right now, and up on tight, it's Bad Sniper.
Uzumaki racking up a bunch of eliminations all the way towards the backside of Storm. Bad Sniper Tomy. This is the first time we've actually seen height really put the pressure down on a lot of people below because they have room to. A lot of the times in these games, many people are contesting that high ground, but Bad Sniper is just way too high. Somehow, Fenix and Mini are still here. Looking to cause chaos box to box. There goes down Quinton, one of their first targets. At the same time, now Height's having trouble penetrating any of these big bills up top and dealing damage. Uzumaki finally going down. Toby's shots find a way through. Trees in the way now, though, Baller. They gotta get their hedge cutters out because this is gonna be a big blockade they can't get through.
It is. It's Wavy and Hyphen, who took out Anas and Flick earlier on in the day. It's a 2v2v2, Fenix and Mini as well. Mid-ground, high ground, and low ground right now. They need to have their priorities straight. Still only 7 builds for the mid-ground team, and at least a little bit for Mini and his teammate, Fenix. Bad Sniper and Tomy, though, in a massive advantage right here, and so much ammunition still to put the pressure on to force these two to engage eventually. And it's going to be forced right here. Wavy with only 1 build. He needs to do something, and that is a siphon on one of those 2 players down below.
Bad Sniper and Tomy, their gas tank is full, and everyone down below is really feeling the heat, the afterburn. Fenix and Mini, they've survived the entire way through the Rats of Weeping Woods, taking apart every other player, but now they have the ultimate challenge. Tomy and Bad Sniper all the way on heights.
Both sides healing up, though. One thing to note is Hyphen from the other duo that was alive went out in zone and messed up his medkit. So Mini and Fenix were not able to get the mats or the siphon from that. So only 150 extra builds. This is not going to work out for them. Here comes the engagement. The trade's still able to heal up right after them, and just a few more builds to last out. Looks like they're still good for now because the zone is so slow at this point. This might go to full closure, Shia.
Possibly right now, a storm inside Weeping Woods, but it's not water. It's raining bullets from high ground. Tomy and Bad Sniper haven't stopped, but Tomy takes a big shot and goes down. Fenix might get traded as a result. It's all up to Mini and Bad Sniper head to head, but Bad Sniper had the damage the entire time. The chug cannon for insurance as well. He wraps up that first game win.
The low ground chug cannon had to be used on the trades earlier on, especially when they were fighting against the other duo. The high ground one was not used at all the entire time, so easy insurance. Like you said, that's a win for Bad Sniper and Tommy in the books off the back of a fantastic height take.
Oh, I mean, they had the domination from the get-go there, fellas. You could just see with the you know, the slurp cannons, the maxed out ammo as well, all the mats available. I mean, 8 eliminations from Bad Sniper as well is an unbelievable. I mean, I think that could be a record for a solo record here in this competition. I will have to talk about that in a second, but even Phoenix as well. You know, with 9 eliminations, him and Mini as well. I mean, a lot of teams right now scoring big elimination points, Shayo. I mean, that's going to make a huge difference going into this this first leaderboard.
Yeah, it's a higher pedestal than we usually get to see off of that first game, and